sure what's been happening with the internet connection the last few days. It's been awful. You know how it keeps pausing and it stops?
Yes, here.
Yes.
My computer doesn't.
Yes, I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
I really don't know what's going on. It's like Facebook. It's alien language.
Well, my light quit.
Oh, did it?
Yes, that's a bad thing.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I thought of electrocuting myself to figure it out, but I didn't do it.
Well, that would have been exciting. We could have talked about that today. If you were
Yes.
still with us, that is.
That's true.
It's, right. We've got really odd weather outside as well. It's very,
Wet.
dank.
Dank.
Yeah, it's yuck.
Wet.
Yuck.
Well, I hope it
Useless.
gets plenty wet to get my blankets all washed out out there.
Listen, it's not that kind of useful wet.
Judy is going to call and say we look like downtown Boston.
I know, I'm waiting for that comment. I'm going to direct
She
her.
doesn't like to have
No.
things hanging out on
No,
her.
I'm going to direct her straight to you. I'll be like, yeah, that's a your mother problem.
That's right.
That might be trash.
Really?
Yes, I think it's a political thing.
Do you think he's giving us money?
No, it's trash.
Oh, trash.
I don't think
I thought you said cash.
Gosh, no.
Oh, hell, I don't. You have the power
Yep,
to change
yep,
stuff. If I just please would give them $10,000.
no.
No.
Thank you very much for the.
basket right there.
Yeah.
Look at that. Right
Thank
there.
you for the kind offer, but no.
That's right.
That's one of these. Is that an insurance one? I don't know.
Oh, God, it was another insurance bill. The last bill nearly killed me. Because the car was $1,000 or something.
Right.
And so was the house thing. It's all at the same
At the same
moment.
time.
You know, and yes, I wasn't ready for that. I can't even read this one. It's
Well, that's
upside
good.
down. Well, that's why.
And that's back to front.
That's backward to front. It's a brand new day at American New
It is a brand new
18th
day.
history. So where to get to the problem? What's the problem? Information about minimum insurance requirements. Well, here's this funny thing. Policy cancellation notice? I just paid the
It must be. They all come out of the. We'll get Judy to look into that tomorrow morning.
The policy will see the time and hour today, so the section of the sent the registration of motor vehicles, non-payment. I paid it.
But we'll get Judy to check it.
That's Judy.
Yeah. Do you want
We
to?
better make sure she finds that piece of paper, though.
Do you want? Yes, I will. I'll send her a text.
You know, they send me the bill, and and say they never say what it's for. Like what car, what trailer, or what, and that's why I remember paying it, because I complained.
Oh.
I didn't really know what I was paying for. And they don't tell you.
No.
What have we got here?
It's ERN.
Oh, Charities Foundation. So we have $10.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thanking you, Charities
Thanking
Foundation.
somebody. We can thank 740MDLRXRXTVB97JHC6T2.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. That's wonderful. They're probably just not wanting to give us their name because we would put it out on the tinternet. Right. Okay. So this is from Susan, and
It hasn't got a smiley on it.
no, because it's from Target.
I guess it's from Target.
Ah, there you go.
Did you want me to cut it
Yeah.
toward you or wait?
Gently, just gently, whichever way you want to go.
Oh, look at this. A funny bottom.
Oh, it's
Huh. Where is the hole? There it is.
It's
this?
Easter.
Oh, goody.
Oh,
Isn't that pretty?
look, bunnies and carrots.
And carrots.
These are lovely soft puffies. They really are.
Yeah, here you go. You want to?
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Right. You cut that bit there.
What? I cut that.
See that bit right there?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, I don't have it. Yes, I have it.
Okay. And I will not take my finger off it until I've got the bit out.
And I'll cut this so that we don't have a circle.
Yes.
I don't like to throw circles away.
No. Right, next one.
Another one.
Yeah.
Aren't I good? What the hell are these ones? A treats for basket. Okay,
Oh,
that'd be nice.
look. Am I up the right
Wow,
way?
look at that.
Easter, and it's yellow and cheerful. There we go. That's lovely. Thank you very much. And there's 3 of them for all the dogs. And then, oh,
Cookies.
cookies. That's lovely. It's in an Easter basket. And there's 4 of those, so Wanda will be happy with. Oh, in fact, we've got Carl as well. Wanda will be most delighted. She'll be like, "Yep, they're mine, all 4." Thank you, Susan. That's super.
Okay.
It's Thursday all day.
All day.
Yes.
Well, it was a rough day because I had to make a different size monkey fist for the
Oh.
winners. And somebody said, how do you start a monkey fist? And I didn't know.
How do you start a monkey fist? Come on now.
I didn't know. And I started it and it wasn't right. They weren't coming. I've done it so automatically for so long that I couldn't. It's been a rough afternoon with me trying to land it this way.
Well, you know what? Apparently there's a video of you doing it
Oh.
somewhere. So that might be a bit of an aid memoir.
Well, hang on to that. How about the road downhill? I'll tell you. It was tough. But I got there.
Oh
I
dear.
got there. I
Oh,
got
dear.
there.
Oh, I tell you, it's
Yes, I had to fudge it just a little bit there. It's not quite perfect.
but when it shrinks in the hot
But I hope
water, do you
I
think it'll
it'll
go
be
in?
fine. It'll be fine.
And I think Judy was saying she's coming to dye things tomorrow.
She's coming to die tomorrow.
Because she gets.
But I got plenty of.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I got.
Yeah. We've got a big.
It's not like I haven't done it before,
Exactly.
but it's just one of these. You just don't think.
Yeah, you don't think about it at all. And the they're to go out. Those are the ones that we're sending out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the prize. When the winner gets 3 sizes, they get one of those. That they hang on a doorknob is what it keeps it from banging the wall is what I use. And then they get one of these, and they get a couple of those.
Yeah. That's then well accommodated
Right.
for any eventuality. It's in case.
And if you run out, let me know. I'll get you some more.
Yeah.
As soon as I figure out how to make them.
In case you have any home invaders,
Oh,
we've got
God.
you covered.
I'm sitting here thinking, you nitwit. Well, it's which end do you start? Where's the tail go?
I couldn't even tell you where
I
the
know
tail
it's-
went.
It wasn't easy.
No.
It wasn't easy.
Was that before you went out?
Huh? No, it was when I came back.
Came back, and you
I
went.
had to stop itching,
Yeah.
so I decided to make monkey fist.
And you
What's
went.
going on back there?
You went to. Where did you go today?
We went to.
Spectrum.
It's also called Atrium
Is
or
it?
something like up there in Andover.
Oh right.
The problem was, I thought it was 10 o'clock. It clearly says 11 over there. I didn't really
Afraid
look.
so.
So we got there at 10 minutes of 10,
Well.
and they were not ready, and they were serving breakfast. So I said, oh, really? So I said, do you suppose we could get a cup of coffee? She said, sure. So they made breakfast for us.
Oh, well, that was bad.
And I said, there are places that give us coffee for coming.
Oh, dearie
The
me.
woman was very nice about it. She really was very pleasant. She was the breakfast maker. And it was interesting. An awful lot of them are very heavy in that place. And so I watched what they got. And they each got a boiled egg, one piece of what do you call it? The bacon.
Ooh, I love bacon.
I love bacon too, but they only got one strip and a piece of toast with margarine on it and coffee. And they come in off the bus, and that's what they got. I think they were getting a bowl full of something too, which may have been, one of those oatmeal type things. But at any rate, one of the heavier women there spread extra margarine on her thing, and she chopped up the egg, and then she had to have mayonnaise with it.
That sounds like something you would do.
I know it. I'm thinking it looked awful good to me. And then she had a thing of cheese or something that she mixed up in that too, and she smeared the whole thing on this one piece of toast. And I could see, out of all the people, so I ate my one piece of toast and smiled.
Yeah. And then you were like, I wouldn't mind some of that
I
concoction.
know it. Oh, Lord, it looked awfully good. It looked awfully good. I thought, that's how it happens, though. It's just, it's one extra little thing at a time
I know.
that makes the difference, and it's just...
I know.
It's
very difficult when you have to cut out that one little extra thing.
I know
and then the
especially
next,
when it's milkshake or something.
Well, yeah, or whipped cream. Can you imagine
No,
doing that?
Terrible.
That would be.
I haven't even gotten on the scale. But when I came out of the hospital, food was so bad that I lost 10 pounds or so. I was down to 193.
Yeah.
I'll bet you I'm nowhere near 193 now.
Well, you're okay because Wallace will be coming over in the next wee while with your scale. That will sort you, and you'll be hoping its cogs and all its inner workings are a bit rusty.
Well, it shouldn't be too bad.
It's very rusty.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, we got to clean it up.
Yes. I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but we'll give it a shot. It's and then did you go for? You didn't go for lunch after that, did you?
No.
Well done.
No, I stopped at Farmer Brown's.
All right. Okay.
And picked up a whole lot of salad-y type stuff, which I've already eaten, and a couple dinnery type things.
Well, that's okay. That's not bad.
No.
We
They're redoing that though, which is frightening because that's a good place.
Oh, will it be closed down for a while?
I don't know. They've got one end of it shut down. And I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I think they're putting a bakery in."
Ooh, that would be
I
nice.
know, right? That's all we need.
Pastries.
Pastries, right? I was doing well with the salad bar. Now we're gonna put pastries in there.
Well, yeah, because that would be a funny time of year to start doing renovations.
Yeah, well,
She's
that's
done it
what
over
they're
the
doing.
winter.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah. A bakery would be lovely.
Right.
Nothing nicer than fresh baked bread. Oh, and it's okay because guess who's coming back? Mary. She makes those round things with you.
Right. Okay.
Excellent. Sticky buns.
When's she coming?
I think, well, it depends on the rain. So she might be here, she said maybe Friday, as long as it dries out. But so it might be Friday, Saturday, whenever the weather's suitable.
How long is she staying for?
I think maybe about 5 days.
Oh, okay.
But she was staying 5 days when she was coming in Thursday, so it might only be 3. Just depends. But I think she's going to just come back and forward,
Yeah.
which will be super. And she's going to start a program with those wild donkeys down the hill.
Good.
We just need to make sure she makes it back up the
I
hill.
rode down there and sat there and watched them for a while.
No, they're mad, aren't they?
Well, they all came out and got a drink. And
Yeah. They're nice donkeys, really nice donkeys.
donkeys are nice if you've given them a chance.
That was Coral on the phone. You know how she's on Meredith, and she phoned just to say that Arthur, our enormous mammoth baby donkey, you know, he's 2, we've just gelded him, in one of the barns, we started scraping the mud from the outside because it gets really soggy and boggy. So before all the rain had started, it had been down and it's really gathering massive amounts. And of course we've had a lot of rain today. So she said he's standing in the barn. She said he's perfectly dry. He's got water. He's got hay, and he just keeps looking out the door and looking at the puddle, and going, "Oh, danger! I'm going to stay here."
Yeah, not going out that
No,
puddle. No, they don't do puddles.
No,
well.
he's not a daft donkey. He's a very old head on very young shoulders. That donkey. He's super. So she was having a laugh at him. And the other, I've got the tiny mini out there, the tiny mini donkey. He's like splish splash having a bath, Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're mad.
That's unusual.
Yeah. Well, I think they all know there's a good dry supply of hay inside. They'll risk anything for that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know as I go along with that, because I've had some bad go-rounds with my driving team.
Oh, did they stay
in
outside?
a puddle.
Oh, a puddle.
Or even the shadow of a puddle. Or the shadow of an electric wire. Have them all
jumping. Ava, how Ava rides Hugo?
Yeah.
And she was working with Wallace on his training and under saddle and on the ground, and they were doing really well because Hugo wasn't a riding horse, Hugo was a driving horse.
Yeah.
So Wallace taught her what to do, and she was carrying it on, and she used to, when she was doing evening chores with me down in Meredith, she'd do her part of it, then she'd saddle him up, brush him. Well, it wasn't really a brush him. He used to have to be vacuumed because he rolls constantly. He's filthy. He's the big muddiest horse, I think. So he used to vacuum his saddle area.
Yeah.
And then she'd get on, and she came walking back one day, and I thought, oh, this is terrible. She must have fallen off.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, how awful. And I said to her, are you okay? And she went, yeah, I'm fine. And I went, well, why are you walking? She went, well, Hugo saw a puddle, and Hugo didn't fancy the puddle. And I got off because I was introducing him to the puddle, and he still wasn't having it. She said, so we just turned round and came home. I said, no, you have to make him go through the puddle. And I said, show no fear, Ava. Go through the puddle. She's like, he said no. And I'm like, no, it's not an option. So I'm a bit worried once we get him ready to go under saddle that the pair of them will be returning home on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Silly pair. But, so you went out, and the exciting news is Wallace has been working all day in the Deagle, and he has got...
putting it back together.
He's putting it back together. And
Well, it's the puzzle pieces there. Apparently they're all there so far.
well, he's done a great job.
Well, the pieces are all there.
Not in its entirety, because some of it was cut up.
That's true.
So we'll have to replace that. But we've got the metal bits.
Yeah, okay.
So he's been working on that all day.
Well, each one of those stalls probably had a nice bucket and a feeder.
I don't think there's any buckets or a
I
feeder
don't
there.
see any buckets there.
No.
Buckets are usually the first to go.
That's
Nice thing. They're expensive because I have food grade buckets.
right.
That is a food grade bucket because its sides go out like that.
Right.
It's when the sides go around like that that it's not.
Yeah, because things get trapped in it, don't
Yeah.
they? So so he's done a really fantastic job, and it's coming together nicely.
He's a bright guy.
He is. Although I will say, all the dog beds, your big wooden dog beds from the house, we had them sort of like artistically laid out. It was a bit like a sitting room, wasn't it? They're all down one end. So Nick is going to be most perturbed because he had dusted the ceiling, he'd sterilised the walls and the floor. I think he cleaned out the exit tubes as well. I think he rodded them. So he had it all beautiful, and everything was laid out and had a place. So it's all down one end. So that will just put Nick over the edge. He'll have to go and rearrange it again. So that's all working. So that was a really good job done, I think.
It was.
Yep.
It was so stupid.
Yes. Not the brightest,
Because
but hey.
that is an emergency place where there's heat and air conditioning.
Yes, I know.
And to destroy it made no sense.
Yeah.
you know, it's just stupid.
Yeah. So our next plan, when the weather isn't dripping from the sky, is we're going to go out and just double check that each run is secure, and because we have had trees down in that area, and it's been a bit wet and marshy.
No.
Slightly, just a bit.
No, not up on that hill.
But you see, the leaves just hold on to it. I was clearing, you know, the bit outside my house where my puppies keep taking all the things that they steal from the house and they go and take them halfway down the slope.
Yeah.
Well, I've been saying to Nick, I can't get down there. I said, it looks an absolute mess driving up the driveway, because you slide and it's either been icy or wet.
Tell me about it.
So, but I managed to get it done in that dry period we
There's
had.
supposed to be 3 runs on that side too.
Mm-hmm. No, they were taken down. Remember?
I know they took the wires down.
Yeah, I know. And
they took the wires down from there, and they took the whole kennel down from the other side.
Yeah, so I will have to get them repaired. But Nick and I'll do that. So get there. But there would be no point putting anyone out and watching them disappear.
Right.
Haven't got time for that. So that's been a very productive day. And Janine was delighted with the rubber pavers you found.
Really?
Yeah, they're much cheaper than her source, huh?
That's in my friend Farm Tech.
Yes, she's putting rubber pavers down in the aisle of her barn, and she better get going chop because we've got rescue going down there for quarantine. That'll sort her. So she's under the whip, and she's I think she's had a few setbacks with them.
Well, I came to a roll of it.
Oh.
So you don't have to. Well, they also had the ones they put together too. But
she can choose whichever she prefers.
You're right.
She has
until she tries to move it.
Yes.
Because the smaller things were, I think, about 75 pounds for the squares.
Yes.
And the roll was a ton.
Ooh.
Just over 2,000 pounds.
Okay. That's quite.
But how big is the barn? How long is the barn?
Barn's enormous. Have you not seen it? I'll show you a video. The barn is enormous.
Well, how enormous? Feet?
I'm in metric.
Oh,
God. See, lost in translation. It's probably about I would say 3 stalls long at least.
That's 36 feet.
Yeah, and she's got a nice wide aisle, and then she's got a tack room and I think a wash stall. So it's pretty.
Well, it's probably a 50-foot roll.
Yes, and
it comes 50 feet and 6 feet wide.
Yeah, let's hope she only made the aisle 6 feet wide, but it looks kind of.
Looks wider. I should put that in the middle. Let the sand collect on the side.
Yes, exactly. So it's so that's super. So I think she was delighted that you'd found that.
Good.
And that just gets her a bit. So I think she's coming up Sunday.
Sunday now.
Well, she had a bit of a setback yesterday.
What happened?
I think she was leveling the floor, not for the aisle but for another area, and it just wasn't. It took far longer to level than they expected, so it was a bit lumpy and bumpy. So when she was putting down, her barn has wooden floors in it. It's a bit high end this. Anyway, so she was putting the flooring down and she wasn't happy with the way it was lying, so she redid it. She's been a bit of a perfectionist.
Oh.
So anyway.
Where she got that from?
I don't know. Anyway, so she's a few days behind, which is kind of like she just needs to get that done because we've got horses going down, so she better get on it. Not having horses going into a half-finished barn. So
well, she can't try and sell a half-finished one either. So
no. So it's.
I'm looking forward to her selling it and getting it. That would be very nice.
Yeah, well, she's coming back up here. That'll sort you.
Huh?
She's coming back up here. That will sort you.
Yes.
Yeah. You'll be in trouble.
Well, she just borrowed some money to finish it.
Yes, because
I'm looking forward to getting paid back.
Yeah. Well, you'll not be putting your blankets off outside. You'll be in a strict regime of tidiness.
Ah,
You'll be like, ooh, can't do that. I'll be in trouble.
yeah.
So that will be good. So we're now aiming for Sunday. But I think the suggestion is she really just needs to get it finished. Because we do have rescue going.
All the people are asking for Wanda.
I know.
Here we have these beautiful big dogs that are very unusual. Where's Wanda?
That's because she's full of nonsense.
That's why I say, you know, if I had a couple puppies to play with, you know, I'd have them.
I could give you my Julius. He keeps making his way over here on a daily basis.
What is she?
He is a mini Australian Shepherd, but he's hairy as heck.
Is what?
He's hairy, very hairy.
Yeah.
Happiest dog you've ever come across.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I should take him.
Yeah. Oh, but he bounces. I mean, he literally bounces everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might not be good.
No, you'd have to check him out first. And I'll tell you, it's the funniest thing. I have so Carl plays with him in the morning. They go and bounce together, which is great. Gets a bit of energy out of Carl, and then I bring him back in, and he goes in with Annie, the shepherd puppy, the bigger one, and they wrestle.
Oh.
And last night I said to Janine, it was like watching middle school wrestling. They're an hour and a half, and I obviously, because Carl's not my dog, so I'm paranoid, so I'm keeping an eye on them, and I'm like, this is so boring. And they just go, and then they flake out and go to sleep.
Yep.
So good for them, I think.
Whatever.
Yeah. It makes me feel better knowing that he's got company, and he's tired my dog out for me, which is even better. So, Friday tomorrow. Oh, and you're way out tomorrow morning at 10.
See, I had it backwards.
Yes, and it's Frontline and Invermectin tomorrow as well.
Hopefully it's after we get back.
Yeah, exactly.
All we need is a bunch of greasy dogs.
Oh, I was doing that one day with Jiminy. I was unconsciously sitting going like that, and then I'm thinking, this is really, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I think he'd just been
Greased.
Yes. I was like, oops. Oh dear. So, it is Friday Eve, which is super. That's
Today?
Yes. It's Friday tomorrow, like
Tomorrow.
Christmas Eve. Yes. We're on a winner.
Oh.
Oh yes, you can pay your bills, so you pay them over 10 months to the insurance. You can do installments for the insurance.
I know. It didn't happen. She wrote the whole check. I signed it.
Yes, that was actually lucky we got those floppies, because the other ones are flapping about outside. Oh dear. Yeah, and the dog cookies are Easter baskets. That's really nice. Oh dear. So yes, we did go to a senior visit, and I'm sure Judy will get the numbers. How many do you think you saw? That was a smaller place today.
It's a small place. Probably 20.
That's not too bad.
No.
And coffee.
And we got coffee and a
And
piece
breakfast.
of toast.
Yeah, so
Margarine.
there we go.
I was very pleased with it. I told them there are a lot of places that they have to give me coffee for coming. We don't charge, but we gotta have coffee.
And keeping you awake.
Yes. Oh, and that's another thing. Did you hear?
Did you fall asleep?
I fell asleep twice.
Did you?
Just sitting there. Carly woke me up.
Well,
And
that's
the woman that runs the place, and she's tired now, and she...
and the thing is,
Oh,
it's
Lordy.
really funny, because the comment that Fluffy has just put in saying that Carlene looks much better than yesterday. No, she fell asleep earlier. She's well rested now.
I fell asleep twice.
Well, that doctor said that tablet
I
would
was
do
right.
that.
It was a bunch of sort of Alzheimer and half sleepy people, so I fit right in. But I'm afraid
Oh
that
dear.
if a stranger came in there, I looked fine.
Well, you're lucky Carly didn't leave you.
I know it.
We'd be like, where is she? Oops.
Oh,
That would sort
Oops.
you. Oh, dearie me.
well, they only had decaffeinated coffee, which I thought was interesting.
Why is that?
Well, they didn't want to give caffeinated
I
coffee
suppose,
to
I
people.
suppose
Yeah,
also caffeine might interfere with
with
tablets.
other stuff. So
Yeah.
it was decaffeinated coffee. So I was just, that's just warm soup.
Yeah. Did they even give you some cream though?
No.
No. Oh well. Yeah. Apparently you've just done daylight savings a few days early. Because it's
Daylight savings.
It's daylight savings this Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wallace wasn't going to be saying hello to anyone this morning because it was bouncing rain, and that's why we did the inside of the kennel today, because it was so wet. But you must have missed him because he was walking up and down the driveway.
That's a nice building, too.
Uh-huh.
That's not a bad building.
It's very nice and bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
The nut house is a little nutty. That didn't have the same planning.
No. But I think I might buy some of that plastic sheeting and put it up.
Yeah.
On the roof.
Yeah, you get it out of Farm Tech is where
I
you
shall
get
be
it
looking
cheap.
at the Farm Tech, yes.
I don't know. I don't know how thin you could get it that would be operational.
Right. Does
Because
it?
thin is so easy to use when it's thin.
Yeah. Does it shatter when if it's too thick?
I don't know.
No.
None of it has ever shattered.
No. Right.
And they've tried to eat it. It doesn't get eaten. It's good stuff. Polymax. They put it in car wash places and milk.
Production
Oh.
places.
It's clean. It's
And easy to clean.
yeah.
Because Nick disinfected all the walls and the ceiling in there.
Yeah.
Because that sort of thing makes him happy. Makes me happy
Go
too.
right ahead.
I know. I'm like,
But the
wonderful
reason it
job.
comes out just so far, it comes in 5x10 sheets,
Right.
not 4x8.
Right.
So if you've built the building with 4x8 in mind, and that's what I did, I think
Right.
in 4x8.
Yeah. So you're
This is 5x10. It's a different.
so you've got a bit over the stud.
It's weird. It doesn't fit where you think it's going to, or whatever.
Yeah. Right. How tall are you?
I'm now 5'6".
Yeah. But you used to be about 5'8" or 9". Did
I
you
was
not?
5'10".
You're
in high
5'10".
school. I'm sorry.
Oops.
I shrunked.
But you've got your scoliosis
That's
as
right.
well.
It's
Yeah.
collapsing on me.
Yeah. I've lost an inch.
Really? Well, which direction?
Yeah. Sadly not out the way, but down the way. Oh dear.
I did go into building 25 today
Uh-huh.
because I was driving around in the car.
Uh-huh.
And my cowboy boots are down there.
At the front, I presume. You didn't go right the way to
No,
the
I
back,
didn't
did
go
you?
to the back. But I did find that I saw a lot of interesting
Well, that's good.
memory, a trip down memory lane.
Yes. Now you know where everything is.
Yeah.
You should have taken a video so you can go back and say, hang on a minute, I think at
Yeah.
this point here, that's what I'm looking for. So, I'm not sure, Elaine, which donkey. If it was in the field across the road, it was probably Arthur. Because Charlie was in being gelded, and there was Arthur and Princess across the road. And Arthur is our really lovely standard. He's only, not standard, our mammoth, and he's only 2. And he is the biggest, fluffiest baby. But he has got the most sensible old head on very young shoulders.
I'm anxious to meet him.
He's lovely. He's Janine's favourite.
Oh.
She just adores Arthur.
I'm looking to have a donkey loose here.
He would be absolutely perfect
Yeah.
because he doesn't walk very fast.
Well, no, he's not supposed to.
No, but he just thinks about everything. He's the friendliest donkey.
That's
He's the one that's got the lower lip that sort of hangs and wobbles a bit.
Oh, God.
But you know, he flubbles on you with that lip. You're like, ugh. But he's lovely. Such a, and not a bad bone in his body. He would be perfect. I see what you're doing, Jane. They all want a picture of Wallace, basically, because they're asking me in a roundabout way if I can go in and video a picture of the deagle while Wallace is working on it. I do actually have a video of it once he'd finished working on it, but not with him in it.
That could be a problem.
That could be a problem. But he is coming back to do the runs. And in fact, Wallace is actually, because he's going to be situated on here once the farm is restored to its entirety. Wallace will have 2 stalls down in the barn, and he will be training in the arena. So you can watch and talk to Wallace all you like. What are you looking for?
Oh, you have it, my phone.
Ah, I got it.
I don't know whether Sandy's watching. Sandy asked me to do a favor. And I didn't understand the favor. So I wanted her to know that I'll do it.
Yes, we're working it out.
We'll figure it out somehow.
Yeah.
If possible.
Yeah. And of course, if we've got Wallace coming onto the barn and we've got the arena back, we're obviously going to set up a camera with a microphone, because Wallace is very good at explaining just what he's looking for from the horses he's training, and talking about progress that he sees or regression. And Kate will work in there with Tenny. We'd like to have the donkeys in there because we've got a team of people who are going to come in and start working with the donkeys. And it's dry.
It's dry in there, right?
So
but
it's...
the problem gets to be, it's too dry.
Yes, and then it's dusty.
And again, well, then you have to water it down.
Yeah. But it's still not coming from the sky.
That's correct. Well, speaking of that, I was putting pellets in here, and I got hit in the head with water.
Uh-oh. That's because there's that round thing up there where the...
There's no puddle, there's no rust, there's no nothing.
Oh, well, that's nothing to worry about then. That's a small amount of water.
It hit me in the head. You know, it was condensation.
You know where
I know, but if it had a leak up there, it'd have been leaking for 20 years, you know?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not. It just hit me in the head once.
Well, do it again. See if it does it again.
I'll do that.
Then we can do a time continuum.
Right.
So we can do that. You can go and tell us how many seconds it takes to get a drip in your head.
Well, it's right now. It's about 30 years.
Well, I don't see that being a problem.
Oh.
So that will be exciting. I'm actually really excited once this place comes back into its entirety. It will be fun.
This was a fun place. It really was. You know, there were people hanging out in the tea tent.
Yeah.
You know, night and day.
And you know the thing is,
and things happened here that might not have happened other places. There was the guy that lived in the teepee.
Yes.
For about a week.
Yes.
It was a vet. He did not want to go to the hospital, and his family was going to put him in a hospital, and he didn't want to go, and so he showed up here. And I said, I'm not saying a word. But you're not coming in my house. We moved into the teepee. And he was there about a week, I think. I called his family, and I told them that I knew where he was.
Yes.
But I was sworn to secrecy, and I was not to tell him.
Yeah. Well, that
and he eventually got out of his whatever it was, and he had a dog. I gave him a dog, and off he went.
Oh, that's good.
To Nebraska or something weird. Yeah, he was fine. That business of these vets, they've got a tough time of it.
Yeah. And I was saying to Janine, it will be nice because once all once we can start, we've got a team of people who are wanting to come over, but we're going to wait till it all calms down. Because we like to keep people and not scare them away. And it's nice because Wallace is always happy. He's always bright and cheery.
Yeah.
And Kate's always upbeat and cheery. And it's just going to be happiness overload. It's going to kill you. Happy people bouncing around going, isn't it great? And you're going, no, it's not. Yeah. So I think it's going to be very exciting.
There always will be challenges.
Has to be. It's a blinking
It's
farm.
just the kind of place this is.
Yeah. But hey, at least we're not chasing that blinking tarp from the Donkey Cafe at the moment.
That's true.
It was flying in the breeze.
Yeah, we should.
We need to work out how to do that in a
Well, we could have that wrinkly stuff.
yeah, corrugated stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I didn't build it with that stuff in mind.
Right.
So we'd have to have 2 layers of it. You know, one on top of the other.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure we could work it out.
Yeah.
So, it's all good with a sprinkle of nonsense going on. Oh, I'm scrolling.
I'm slowing.
Are you going to sleep? Hang on, I'll get to a question. How many buildings are on the property?
How many buildings?
Yeah.
I think there's 10.
So, is there 10?
I think. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It depends on if you count the. I would call it 10. If you count the T10, it's got a wood roof,
Well, it's a building, yeah.
and the other hoop.
Yeah.
You got the arena,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got that other, the giraffe tent.
Yeah.
If those are buildings, then yes, we have 10.
Right. So we've got the house, we've got the cabin, we've got. I'm going down the hill.
Right, you got 2 things up there.
Yeah. So, and then we've got the deagle and the nut. Look, I'm on 5. That's wrong. House and cabin, deagle, nut. And then we've got the laundry.
Yep.
And then across from the laundry, we've got the tea tent. We've got the chicken and goat house. We've got.
I wouldn't count that, but anyway, go ahead.
And then we've got the. That's the G tent, isn't it? The hoop.
Yes.
And then we've got the ICU. We've got the main barn,
The arena.
the arena, and Tanner's.
Oh, well, yeah.
12. We don't know. Round about 12.
Tanner's barn. I'll take 2 minutes to explain. When the arena fell down, when my wooden arena collapsed, I knew that I had to behave, because there was a guy across the street, had a beautiful restaurant, steakhouse would be wonderful, it's still there, that caught fire, and everything burned except one corner, which was a chimney or something, and he knocked that chimney down. So the town would not let him rebuild.
Oh.
But if he had kept that chimney up, then he would have been rebuilding and not creating new.
Right.
So when my arena fell, we carried away everything except one corner,
Which was the Tanner's.
which is the back of the Tanner's barn. There is one post in there that was part of the old arena.
Right.
You go look at it. It was a 6x6.
Right. Okay.
It makes more sense. So when we started putting up that canvas thing, I didn't have enough money to put up a big one. I mean, a full length.
Full.
But I did have the 60 by 80,
Yeah.
which was enough for Janine to play with her horses.
Yeah.
At the original, though, the last 20 feet in the back were supposed to be my garage, and she wouldn't let me do that.
Oh, well, that's a tremendous waste of an arena. That's
well,
why.
No, she had 60 by 60.
Oh, dear.
Stuff changes all the time.
But it is a phenomenal working space.
It is.
It's a really good, clear working space.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's plenty big to be doing what we need to do with the horses.
Yep.
Right, okay, Lane. If it was a small, cute, fluffy donkey, that must have been Charlie, because you would definitely know if it was Arthur, because he's enormous. So small, cute, and fluffy, and that's Charlie, and he was probably looking for something to eat, because that's him. Yeah, poor Charlie.
I'm anxious to meet this nice, pleasant, fluffy one.
Oh, you'll love him.
Why isn't he over here?
Well, he was over here, but he kept getting. He ended up having. Remember he came in from South Carolina, from the auction in South Carolina. He came in with pasta. Really? Same place, and he came up, and he was really, really underweight. So we were supplementing him. But then he got cellulitis from all the flies. So we took him over to Meredith to get him on the grass. But he'll come back over because he'll have to. Wallace is actually going to back him to ride.
Yeah.
So once he's a wee bit bigger, once he's grown into his knees.
Oh, now's a good time to get out my pack saddle.
Oh God.
Here, drag that out.
I
here.
will.
We'll just show
on.
them what that is.
Oh.
This is for a big size donkey.
I don't think would that fit him.
Huh?
Here, can you see it? Da, 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 da. You haven't done the leather yet, have you? Oh.
When you gave it to me, those straps over there were hanging all over the place.
They were. You tied them up.
I tied them up, but it was really funny. I'm coming along with that strap. How do you do it? And way out of the back of my memory, from a child, down back and up front.
There we go. Down back and up
Down
front
back
and round.
and up front, and you come out with a knot like that.
It's almost like a tie.
Yeah, it is.
You can't
You
see
go
that.
down in the back and around and up in the front.
There. And it's shaped. I don't want to lose this because it's got my questions. Hold on a second.
This is a nice one. It's minus a couple things. This is a breeching strap. It's minus.
No,
it.
none of the breeching fit. So it's actually shaped. The wood bits. It's shaped. It's so that it lies more in line with the donkey's back, and we put pads underneath it.
Heavy pads.
Very heavy pads, and then we tie it on. And actually, this pack saddle, they're quite heavy, but Jasper wore it because on Earth Day, what we used to do when we had Jasper is we would put all the pads on his back, put this on, and then we would take out horse feed bags, tie them here and here, and put all our trash in the horse feed bags, so we were recycling at the same time. And I can tell you, a more unenthusiastic donkey I don't think I've ever seen. It was like drag a donkey down the road and pick the trash. So this is the pack saddle.
That's a pack saddle.
And what do they traditionally have to have on them when they're burro racing?
When they're what?
When they're burro racing, they have to have a...
Well, they have to have a pan, a frying pan, and a shovel, and stuff like that. Sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Everything they would have had for
Yeah.
prospecting.
And it's supposed to be a specific weight as well, I think.
It is.
Is that correct?
But I think they're pretty lax in that because the big ones certainly.
When they get heavy.
These are strong animals.
Yeah. And that's the thing I think that people don't realise is that the donkeys, if you had the equivalent size of a horse, the donkey's far stronger.
Yes.
And in fact, I think if you've ever been leading a donkey, you would realise that the donkey is far stronger than a horse, because that's just the way they're built, and so they can carry heavy people. So I don't know if you've ever seen the pictures that you see online.
I've seen pictures of people riding donkeys. They are extremely uncomfortable.
Yes, because they're kind of tent-like in the back.
Their feet don't go the right way. Their head goes down, and there's just nothing in front of you. They're just not meant to be ridden.
Yes. He's also going to be learning to drive as well. On that.
Driving, they'll manage. Well, I'll tell you a story on that.
Yeah.
don't let him give you a big story on he's going to teach them to drive, because one July 4th, I inadvertently accepted 2 parade jobs that I thought I could do, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and I'd be fine. I had these 8 donkeys that went. It was a package deal. And it turns out the parades were the same time.
Oops.
And they were counting on us to be in the. So I sent Gwen and her husband, Ron, with 2 donkeys that had never been in harness before, with an old harness, the one that's on these donkeys in that painting, and probably that wagon. I sent them off to Natick with it, and 2 miles later the donkeys were trained.
Perfect.
They said it was hysterical because when the donkeys did something wrong, everybody thought it was wonderful. And when they did something right, they were amazed. So that you just couldn't lose.
No.
But you can do that with donkeys.
Yeah.
I had, with my 8, I often had one wrong one.
Yeah.
You put it in the middle.
Yeah.
Tie it in the middle, go.
And the rest of them take it with them.
Yeah, by the time you get through, you're trained.
Yeah. So, are you liking your new phone?
No, well, I don't like phone.
No.
You got a problem, mate. Right. I do manage to answer it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something. Wallace and I both have non-American accents, and Wallace and I get on just fine. So you eventually, talking about understanding accents, and we muddle along, don't we?
Oh,
We get there, and you get very used to everybody's accents, I think.
We're coming up for supper time, aren't we?
I know. Hold on. Wait, what the ice house plan be used for? Well, the ice house will stay with it's a quarantine area for dogs.
I built that for dogs.
So it'll stay for
That
dogs.
is built in compliance with all the things they told me I was
Exactly.
not in compliance with. And I think the barn will probably go back to being horses.
Yes.
Or junk, maybe.
No, it's
If I'm lucky.
we're gonna have to build you a shed bigger than your 25, or get you a few containers. That will sort you. The ICU will be kept intact for dogs.
It's dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I can't imagine I would have too many, but there will be people who want me to take care of the dogs. They go away for a weekend or whatever, and I will do that.
Yeah.
You know, especially if they're Great Danes.
Yeah. Well,
but you know, anybody who's coming, who contributes to our crazy $10 deal, $10 deal, is welcome to come here and visit.
yeah.
If you got dogs, we'll throw them in a cage.
Yeah,
Give 'em.
because it's
And if I have my way, that
oh
will
God,
that will be another apartment.
it could be because it's adaptable.
It's very adaptable. I try to build adaptable buildings, but it also, now that we've come in compliance with these composting toilets, we can do fine.
Yeah. Look at us being compliant.
It's all you can spray hose the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I think there was talk of a donkey fest, wasn't there?
What?
A donkey fest.
Oh yeah.
There was a talk because we've got the race coming back up. We'll have to get more organised on that.
Maybe not.
Did we count? No, we didn't count building 25. 13 buildings.
That's right.
Building 13. Well done. Sorry.
And there's the other one is a walk-in freezer.
And the walk-in freezer. So that's 14. Well then, if that's the case, then we have to do the tool shed that's at the back of the G tent. That's a massive. You know what the G
Oh,
tent?
it is, right, there is.
15. Okay, because that
And
actually.
did we count my yellow tool shed?
No, we didn't. 16.
See, we're getting up there.
Getting there.
I like to build buildings.
Yes.
You'll notice there's a great familiarity with their design.
You could put your gubbins in that thing at the back of the G tent.
What
In
can I
fact-
put in there?
All the stuff that you're wanting to store.
It's already full.
No, it'll empty out.
Oh no, that stuff's valuable.
No, I meant it might be emptied out for you.
I don't know. You gotta speak to Bud about that one.
Yeah. And then also, you know, there'll be space created. We're fine.
I'm good.
Are you going for
I'm
sleep?
going, you go to sleep now.
Oh well, you know what? If you're
If
only
I had one
what? You're coming up to your injection time.
I know, one, what the hell are they? Rib?
Spare ribs.
Spare rib.
You got a spare rib?
If I had one spare rib, I'd probably keel right over and go to sleep.
Well, we'll wait till after we switched off then.
Okay.
Because that would be problematic since you've already done it twice today. Seriously.
Oh.
So we'll be back after a good sleep tomorrow and on Friday. When I'm not sure if it's supposed to rain tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be dry.
You know, I miss not having
Janine.
mail call
On the weekend.
Saturday.
Did you used to have it on a
I
Saturday?
used to do it every day.
Well, you'd have to do it remotely because we're never in on a Saturday.
Whatever.
We're always out and about.
Whatever. Nah, I usually lean it back here. I haven't missed much.
Not if you're on a job and a task and driving things for pulling poo carts, you're not. I've got a really sore elbow here now as well, on the other side.
You?
Yeah, where it's all, yeah.
It's all funny like that one?
No, it's not like that. Mine's just ouchy. Right, okay, we better go.
Mine's getting large again.
And red, hold on. I'll see you all later.